Today, first of all, let us take that we know that here your medians intersect at a point. So A, G, and let this be D. We know that the median intersects at a point and uh, intersects at a point that is the centroid. And this centroid it divides this median in the ratio 2:1. So AG by GD is equal to 2 by 1. Now, again, we can write directly here that your AG by AD is equal to 2 by 3. This is 2 by 3. We can write it directly. Here, this the ratio it here to if this is given, so to write this we need not have to do this work because it is known. GD is DG is equal to 2 by 1. So GD by AG that is equal to 1 by 2, adding 1 both sides. GD by AG plus 1 is equal to 1 by 2 plus 1. So this becomes GD by AG plus AG is equal to 3 by 2. So here this is AD by AG is equal to 3 by 2. So this becomes AG by AD that is equal to 2 by 3. So in this, we need not have to show this, that we need not have to show this because since we know that in fractions, we know that the ratio in ratios that AG by GD is 2 by 1. So we can directly write here AG by AD that is equal to 2 by 3. So in order to write this we need not have to go through this process to show that AG by AD is equal to 2 by 3 when you are solving a problem. You need not have, because this means you can write this clearly here, or you can write like this also. Your GD by AD is equal to 1 by 3. You can write this. You can easily write this in any fraction. If the fraction, suppose a ratio it is given to you, any ratio, you can write it. That is your AG. Suppose let me take that. Uh, uh, that means you can write this, means you from this statement you can write this statement immediately, or from this statement you can write this statement immediately. We need not to write this from this to this statement. We need not have to go through this process to show that AG by AD is equal to 2 by 3. So why I have told this before coming to this, because most of them we have found that when the answer is given in this way, the marks are deducted. This is from my point of view, this is incorrect. We should not deduct the mark, because when AG by AD is 2 by 3, then we can write AG by AD is equal to 2 by 3. We need not have to go through this process to explain to say that this AG by AD is 2 by 3. That is for because of this I have found that then when the students answers this, from here it moves to here without doing this, they deduct marks from it. This is from my point of view, this is incorrect. We should not deduct marks from it. In this question, it's from for class 10. This question for class 10. This is from basic proportionality theorem. Here we have to, here this LM is parallel to BC and LN is parallel to DC. It is given. So from basic proportionality theorem, from basic proportionality, since your uh, LM is parallel to BC. So from basic proportional theorem, it says that your AM by MB is equal to AL by LC. This is according to BPT. This is the statement. But from this statement, we can directly write that AM by AB is equal to AL by uh, AC. We can directly write. We need not have to go through this process. That means invert it. That means process which I want to say, that is MB by AM is equal to LC by AL. Then you add one both side, MB by AM plus 1, that is LC by AL plus 1. You add here, so MB plus AB, MB, MB plus AM, MB plus AM, it will be AB. So AB by AM, that is equal to, again, uh, AL plus LC, sorry. AL, sorry. Here this is yeah, AL AL plus LC. So this is you invert it, this MB. So this will be, sorry, this will be LC by AL, and now you add one both side, LC by AL plus 1. So this will become how much? LC plus AL, this will become AC by AL, and after that you invert it, this becomes AM by AB, that is equal to AL by AC. You need not have to go through this process, because when you have to prove it, if you have to prove that this is equal to this, then you go through this process. So in the book, it has been given because they want to prove from this to this stage, they want to move. So in order to prove, we have to prove. That means we have to show that proof. So we have to go through this process. But here we are not asked to prove it. Here we are not asked to prove this is equal to this. We are asked to prove that, we are asked to prove what? AM by AB is equal to AN by AD. We are asked to prove this. We are not asked to prove from here to here. So, ex, right, you can write in your exam paper. That's no doubt. But if you do not write this, you move from here to here statement, the marks must not be deducted. That must not be deducted in this question. Because according to your fraction also, you can write from here to here directly. If you have to prove it, then only when the statement says that you have to prove it, then you move in this way. But the statement here, it has not been asked to prove it. You can state from here to here, you can move directly. So same is the case. Same is the case. From here we can move to here directly. In your textbook, you can see that since this is equal to this, we have to prove. This has been, we have to prove. So we have to prove, then we must go, we have to prove it. So it is necessary to move through this path. It is not, so while proving this statement, if a student does not go through this path, if he moves from here to here, the marks must not be deducted. That is why I have taken this topic. To clarify, that is why I have to taken this topic. So similarly, here again, your from BPT, since your ln is parallel to DC, since your ln is parallel to DC, so from BPT, AL by LC is equal to AN by ND. This is from BPT. And now from here you can directly write, that is AL by AC is equal to AN by AD. This you can directly write here. So while solving maths problem, it does not mean that if the marks is 3 marks, in the marks is 4 marks, you have to write a long answer. And if it is of mark 2 marks, then you write a short answer. This is not maths. You, the procedure must, the only thing is that your procedure must be correct. It is not that, it is not like in writing essay, that is, if it is 10 mark you write this much lines, if it is 2 marks you write this much line. This is not the factor here in maths. This I, so I want to explain this, that if a student write directly from here to here, the marks must not be deducted. This is a correct statement. You need not have to pass through this path. If you pass through this path, then also it is correct. It is correct. But that is not, I want to say, it is not necessary to pass through this process. So whenever we are solving problem in this case, we need not have to go through this process to say that AG by AD is 2 by 3. We directly move from here to here. So this, for this factor, that I have taken this topic, and I want to tell everyone that this is correct. The marks must not be deducted. If you go through this process, it is okay. There is nothing to be there is nothing to say about it. But it is not necessary that in this proof, that we from here to move here, we have to go through this process, because in your book it is the proof that from here to here we have to prove it, we have to show it. So when we have to show it, we have to move this. But in this here, it is not asked about you to prove from here to here. From this, from the ratios, help of ratio, you can move from here to here directly. So this is all about I want to tell everyone. Thank you.